The Steam Deck is amazing for many reasons, but there's one thing in particular that sticks out to me. Actually, two things. Whether you're worried about stick drift happening to you again, or you love the layout of the device, the thumbsticks are the best and worst part of the Steam Deck. So today, I'm going to show you how to prevent stick drift from ever happening to your deck, and tell you why I think this new stick layout is the way of the future. This thing is awesome, but you know me, or maybe you don't. I'm gonna complain about it, but not for long. I really only have one big complaint about the Steam Deck, and it's the sticks, but not for the reason you might think. We are gonna mod this console, and it is gonna be with the sticks. I bought the Goalie Kit Hall Effect sensor joysticks. That's how we're gonna mod it today. I personally have never had any problems with drift, but if you don't know, Hall Effect sensor joysticks eliminate any drift from ever really happening. I don't know the technology behind it. It's electromagnets. It sounds cool. I'm going to show you how to do all of this, and we're going to talk about why I'm doing these things. And of course, I'm going to talk about my experience with this thing so far, because I really, really love this device. Let's turn it over. And we've got quite a few screws to deal with here. Thankfully, I think they're all Phillips heads. There's one right here, one right here, one right here, one right here, one tucked away over here, another one in the same spot on the other side, and then another longer two on the top. You're gonna want to eject your micro SD card, and obviously if you haven't turned off your device already, do that now. Now there are some clips around the edges here. I'm actually gonna go grab a pick, but you're gonna need to unhook all the clips along the edges. Valve has done a great job with like the repairability of this thing, but I really hate plastic clips on consoles, so I'm gonna dock them a point for that. This is why I don't like clips. It always makes me feel like I'm gonna break something. Thankfully, nothing is attached to the back. If you've ever torn apart a 3DS, you probably know the pain of breaking the cameras, but here is the inside of the Steam Deck. I really love the black PCBs. I think they look so clean. We've got a screw down here and then a screw up here. You have to remove this tape here, or at least rip it in a way that you can get to the screw. I'm guessing this is to show that you've voided your warranty. Even though I'm pretty sure they said they are going to allow people to repair their devices, I'm guessing that means no more warranty. But you can literally just peel this off now. There's going to be some thermal pads that stick to it. Maybe they'll stick to the other side. Doesn't really matter. You just want to take this off so you can unplug the battery, which is this guy right here. That was oddly hard to unplug. But now our battery is unplugged, so we're safe to look around. Here's the right joystick, and here's the left joystick. They're going to be opposite because we're looking at it from the back. And there are 3 screws on each joystick. We're going to want to lift this latch up. There we go. That black piece is the latch. And then we can just pull it out, and here's your stick. And this is just a classic potentiometer stick. You'll see this in most any controller nowadays. But we can take this off. And now I'm majorly disappointed. My biggest complaint about this device is this part of the stick, the plastic part, because I cannot get a good grip on the stick. I don't like it, and that's why I got these. Most of the stick tops are pretty interchangeable. However, there seems to be some touch sensors on the joysticks. I honestly don't care about the Hall Effect sensors. Again, never had stick drift. Never had that problem. I take good care of my stuff. Now I'm just trying to think if it's necessary to have that touch sensor on there. Is the Steam Deck gonna get mad at me if I swap the sticks out? I don't wanna have to get stick grips. It looks like the Steam Deck stick is ever so slightly shorter. Now I understand why this is so flat. That's the touch sensor. Okay, let's do the soldering on this. Actually, let's get the other one out first. It's not wanting to heat up. And I have it at normal temperature, so I'm gonna just add a little bit of solder. There we go. Then we can do the same thing over here. I'm actually going to try flux this time. I'm going to add fresh solder to these pads, even though there is some solder on there. Then we should be able to just solder that no problem. Again, add some fresh solder. Solder that down. It's not very center. There we go. But that's really it for the soldering portion. Now it's just going to be putting it all back together. But sadly, this is where everything went wrong. I didn't pay attention to how the wire attached to the stick was wrapped around the stick. It caused some problems. The wire ended up getting ripped out of the inner lining of one of the sticks, and I spent the next hour assembling and disassembling the Steam Deck until I got it back to normal. I did originally have both wires soldered to the correct sides, so make sure they look like this for you. But my problem was not routing the wire like this. I didn't do this originally because I thought it needed more slack, but it was actually the perfect amount. Gully Kit, if you're watching, please add some more instructions. Maybe like just a picture of how it's supposed to go once it's all done before you put it back in the Steam Deck. The last thing you need to know is to not touch the sticks until you get to the calibration settings. Once you reassemble your Steam Deck and turn it back on, use the Steam button in the D-pad to travel to settings. Use the D-pad to go down to controller and over to open calibration in advanced settings. Press right on the D-pad and then press Y once prompted to test the dead zone. From there, you can adjust the dead zone as needed. My right stick alignment isn't perfect, but I'm pretty sure it's my fault because I messed up so many times. Since then, I haven't had any issues with games though. I'm pretty disappointed I wasn't able to use the other sticks. I've gotten more used to the Steam Deck sticks, but it's still not my favorite. I'm normally very against stick grips. They're usually too sticky or too tall and just generally uncomfortable, but I'm starting to think it's a must-have here. So I'm gonna give these a shot. This is the optimal way to play the Steam Deck. But let me do something I almost never do on this channel. Praise something. The placement of the sticks is perfection. I was initially scared that I wasn't going to like the unorthodox ergonomics of the deck. It was way different from anything I'd seen before. Not like the PlayStation, not like the Xbox, and not like this abomination. But even though all of those controls are so smushed together, it was the best way to do it. When you don't have what I like to call the legs of a controller, moving your thumbs down to the lower section is uncomfortable. When a controller has legs, any of these controller schemes works, except this. This sucks. I call them legs and not grips because these are grips and these are grips, but they don't give the comfort of these grips that stick out. Plus, I just went on and on about stick grips and I don't want to confuse you too much. I know not everybody is as big brain as me, but without legs, this is not comfortable. The Steam Deck's layout is extremely comfortable, and it's because they put the sticks to the sides of the buttons and not above or below. Thank you so much, Valve. You probably know that the Steam Deck is an emulation powerhouse, but I'm not going to get into that here. This is an 8-minute video dedicated to the sticks. But even though I haven't really reviewed any other handheld emulators, I have to say this in case any of those companies are watching. If you make any handhelds, please, for Pete's sake, copy the Steam Deck's layout. Oh, and also I'd love to review your product. That's about all I can say about the Steam Deck sticks. I've said sticks way too many times today, but Valve, if you're watching, please consider making a new style of sticks in the future. I'll give you a pass though, because this is like your first time making sticks. So what do you guys think of the sticks and layout? Yay or nay? Let me know in those comments down below. If you sat through this entire video all about sticks and you aren't already subscribed, I think that means you like me enough to subscribe. But that's it for this one, so I will see you guys in the next one. Later, guys. And to all of my subscribers going to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo this weekend, I'll be there on Saturday. So if you see me there and you want to meet me, come say hi. You might just be a part of the vlog.